Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. We always get amazing source material from you guys, and this one's no different. Today we're diving into the world of Gothic lit, but with a twist. We're looking at how it tackles aging.
Yeah, it's a really fascinating area. I mean, you think about Gothic literature and you've got your vampires, your haunted houses, all that spooky stuff. But there's this whole other layer when you look at how it portrays getting older.
Right. And one of the sources you guys sent actually mentioned Simone de Beauvoir's The Coming of Age. Now, I don't know about you, but philosophy isn't always my go-to for light reading. But this book, it really digs into like the social and existential anxieties around aging, and that just felt so relevant here.
Oh, absolutely. De Beauvoir, she makes this really compelling argument that society often pushes older people to the sidelines. Like, we value youth and productivity so much that we kind of forget about, the wisdom and experience that comes with age.
Yeah, and that whole fear of becoming invisible, irrelevant, that's like prime Gothic material right there. I mean, that's like feeding those shadowy anxieties that Gothic lit just loves to play with.
Exactly. And it becomes even more clear when you look at how Gothic literature actually uses those elderly characters. Like, think about the trope of the elderly as these keepers of like forbidden knowledge.
Oh, like totally, yeah. Like that ancient librarian in those M.R. James ghost stories,
Hmm.
you know, always guarding those secrets, the kind that are both like totally fascinating but also super dangerous.
Exactly. Those characters, they kind of embody this idea that as you get older, you gain this certain kind of knowledge, a connection to the past, to these secrets that are, like you said, alluring and terrifying all at the same time. It's kind of a way of acknowledging the power that comes with age, even when society tries to like push it away.
That's a good point. But then on the flip side, you also see Gothic lit portraying older people as these decaying figures, right?
Yeah.
Physically and mentally deteriorating. I mean, is that maybe also reflecting those anxieties de Beauvoir talks about?
Yeah, I think so. These decaying figures, they really embody all those anxieties about decline and death. It's like they become, a visual representation of everything society fears about getting older.
Ooh, the aging body as like a site of horror. I
Hmm.
mean, that just makes me think of Miss Havisham in Great Expectations, always stuck in that decaying wedding dress, like frozen in time.
Such a powerful image, right? And I think you could argue that Miss Havisham, she becomes a prisoner of these societal expectations about beauty and youth, especially for women. It's like she's being punished for daring to age.
That actually makes me wonder, like, how much do these portrayals in literature, even the fantastical ones, shape how we actually view aging in the real world? Like, I mean, think about how often, especially older women, are judged for their appearance. It's kind of crazy when you think about it.
Oh, it's definitely a valid point. I mean, these Gothic narratives, sure, they're entertaining, but they also reflect these deeper anxieties that we have as a society, and that makes them even more important to look at and understand.
So if we pull all this together, it seems like both Gothic literature and de Beauvoir are kind of saying that aging, it's not just this biological process, it's this whole social and existential thing too.
Absolutely. And it's a really important point because those fears and anxieties we have about getting older, they're often shaped by society's attitudes and these expectations. And as we've seen in these Gothic stories, these expectations can get pretty terrifying.
Wow. Food for thought, for sure. Thanks for taking us on this deep dive. It's really been insightful.
It's been my pleasure. These connections are always so fascinating to dig into.
And for everyone listening out there, what resonated with you? How do you think these cultural attitudes towards aging, how do they impact like our everyday interactions with older people? It's
Hmm.
something to really think about as we all go back out into the world. Maybe with a little bit of a newfound appreciation for the wisdom and the experiences that come with getting older.